Hey guys, welcome to Around the Emirates podcast with Sara Mousa, where I speak to guests from across the UAE about topics you want to hear about. Today I am joined by Veronique. Hello, Veronique.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course, thank you so much for being here. Veronique is an extremely special person. Not only is she an entrepreneur, she's also a photographer and a mental health advocate. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Thanks a lot. So thanks for welcoming me,
Of
and
course.
I'm happy to share my
Fantastic.
journey.
Journey, I love it. She already knows my favorite words to use. So tell me your background. What got you into photography, and what started this journey for you?
No, so actually, I think like many of us, we all start in corporate life, and
Yep.
many of us. And I think it's also the place where many people turns into the mental health awareness.
Mm-hmm.
So that was also the case for me. So I've been in corporate for 12 years, and then in parallel to that, I was looking for some kind of passion and hobby. And actually, when I was a kid, I was drawing.
Oh, nice.
I was drawing. I
Okay.
was pretty much good at that, but not good enough. Or maybe I was too lazy as well. So, and I was my passion since childhood was a sunset.
Sunsets.
So
I
it's
can
such
relate.
a beautiful, colorful, picture.
Yeah.
And I was not good enough to picture that. So that's
Okay.
how I turned into photography, saying that I can reproduce these colors with the photo. And that's how my photography journey started, actually. And for the last 12 years as well, I'm a photographer. So, and right now, so we just finished the first exhibition in Dubai and the third exhibition worldwide. And
Nice.
yes, and actually that was the first exhibition on about the sunsets. So it's the exhibition, the name was this, Chasing the Sun.
Gotcha.
So of course it's about the sun. So the
Got
sun
that.
sets and
Got
sun
that.
rises. if you look at that like this, but also I wanted it to be a bit metaphorical, like chasing the sun. I think everyone coming to Dubai or UAE in general, leaving something behind and chasing the sun and chasing the looking for our place under the sun, I would say. And another reason I wanted this exhibition to be like this, with my team, I have a production house, and with my team we created a kind of multi-sensory experience. So we combined the pictures, sound, and light.
Okay, nice.
So we had different zones with the sound design. So you were entering into the zone and you have a desert and desert sounds and desert light and the desert images. You entered another zone, you have the sea, for example, with the sea sounds, the seagulls.
So
passing by.
immersive.
Absolutely.
Love
And
it.
the last one was about the city. So you have the buzzing city sounds, some of the light, and also the sunsets in Dubai. It was Dubai and Abu Dhabi, actually.
wow,
There was
nice,
one of the
nice.
picture of the mosque of Sheikh
Sheikh Zayed Mosque, yes.
and the sunset.
Gotcha.
So from one side, of course, you can think that it's all about the beauty of the places. And of course, the first objective of the exhibition was to show the beauty of this country, which I humbly calling home for the last 4 years. But also I wanted people to enter into this zone and to reflect. Because I truly believe that nowadays we are so much chasing the sun.
Yeah. Heard that.
Chasing and hustling and running, so that we need to stop for a while and just reflect. And just to, as you said, to enter in this immersive experience and emerge in this and just reflect, what is about you, what is about your life. And the places that I took shots actually are quite eternal. That's how I call the places of eternity.
I see.
Like mountains, deserts, or sea. So something which will stay after us.
I see. Legacy.
So somehow it's also the moment where you can reflect about how your troubles are very, humble actually. In the very end.
In the grand scheme of things. I gotcha.
Yes.
Nice.
So that's one of the, I'd say, hidden message and something that I really wanted to share with people of UAE.
Nice. Wow, I have so many questions. I guess my first question is, how do you believe that mental health can be communicated in this project?
for me, photography is one of the, let's say, therapy for me.
Gotcha.
And I think many photographers will agree with me that when we are taking photos, we are communicating our emotions, and somehow we let it go.
Right.
We're passing this message, and I believe that we can share our experience in this way. Like, writers are writing books and sharing their stories, but if you're a photographer, maybe you're not good in writing, but you're good in passing your emotions and your story through the shots. And that's why I would say that we need to share these messages. We need to show these emotions. We need to let it go and not to keep inside of us. And maybe by talking about it, we prevent others to leave some bad things in their life.
I see. Very inspirational, very inspirational. So what would you say has been your biggest challenge throughout this process?
I mean, first of all, of course, for the exhibition, I mean, the biggest challenge was to pick up the right photos.
What am I going to exhibit today?
No, just to build the story, actually. I think this is the biggest challenge for many photographers, because during the exhibition time, many photographers came to me and asked, like, I have some nice artworks I would like to share with the world, but how can I do this? And I said, you need to build a story so that it will be one message.
Yeah.
And I think this is the biggest challenge, is to figure out different places in the UAE, but still the same message.
Very interesting. I love that. I do love that. It's almost like it doesn't just relate to one person or one culture. It relates to just the residents of the UAE, that they're coming and chasing the sun, right? Chasing their dreams here.
Correct.
So you've traveled a lot, obviously. You've been to a lot of places. Has there been anything a little bit weird or crazy that might have happened to you?
Plenty. Of course, I'm also kind of what I call a travel therapy ambassador, and I'm a solo traveler. So like 50% of my travel is actually a solo travel.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and I'm pushing and let's say I'm not pushing, I'm trying to inspire and motivate women to travel alone, saying that it's not about the loneliness or how miserable you are or whatever. It's very therapeutical. So when you travel alone, you're really facing yourself.
That's true.
And when you are all alone, you're facing yourself, but also you kind of challenge yourself, about what you are able, and you discover lots of things. And of course, there are plenty of funny stories when you travel alone and you get into troubles.
Yeah, what happened, Veronique? What happened? We're all dying to hear.
Actually, I think I'm such a passionate to get the right shots, and sometimes it's not totally legal.
Rewind. What happened?
Actually, no. I was of course, we all know about the drones, and in UAE, drones are now forbidden.
Yeah.
And despite that, I had an old shot by drone in my exhibition, which now it's very, very unique. But I was very curious to get a drone shot in Paris.
Okay.
And in Paris, it's totally forbidden.
Okay. And yet, here we go.
And yet, I decided, like, oh, come on, what will happen if I still do it?
Go to jail, become a felon. I did.
Correct. So I said, okay, what I will do. So I came to Paris, and on Sunday morning, 7 a.m., I get out and just go in front of the Eiffel Tower. There's nobody around. 7 a.m. Sunday, what do you expect? So nobody is around. And I'm saying, what can I do? Let's try to fly a drone. And of course, the location is amazing. You have Eiffel Tower and Paris waking up. So I started flying my drone. But still, I was very, very very stressed and nervous about it.
Naturally.
So I took a few shots. I took a few videos as well, nice footages. And then I said, no, I don't feel good about it. So I land the drone, I pack it, and I start walking. And like 3 minutes, top chrono, police comes. Like in the movie, there is a police van arriving in a rush in the middle of the street. There are like 8 guys rushing out, and I was so stressed, like literally what happens to me. And by pure chance, there was a poor guy, photographer, and still if one day he listens to this podcast, I'm really sorry. He was taking pictures early morning, the sunrises of Paris, and the police never thought that it can be a young lady who is doing something illegal. So
where is this going?
They jumped on the photographer and started asking, "Were you flying the drone? No, show me your bag and everything." And during this time, I managed to pass smoothly, and I said, never ever, and this is what I'm saying to all our audience, never ever, try to overcome the law. Keep it legal. Never take such a risk.
It is very rare that I'm rendered speechless, but you've managed to get me to that level. This is supposed to be a podcast, and I actually have nothing to say on that, to comment on that. Wow.
Yes.
I'm just glad you're not in jail, girl.
Absolutely. No, seriously. After that, I said never, ever, never, ever. I mean, my passion to get the right shot, but there should be limits. Limits, guys. This is important.
Limits. Keyword here is limits. Well, wow. I definitely wasn't thank you for taking the risk of sharing that story with me. Hopefully the French authorities never figure out who it really was.
No, I think they're okay.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So what's next for you?
I mean, first of all, I think I would love to bring the exhibition, but I mean the whole show actually to Abu Dhabi, because I believe that, Dubai is nice, but there is lots of people in Abu Dhabi who would love to see the mosque maybe in a very different way, and other places. It's not only Dubai in the exhibition, there are also Fujairah, there are other places, so would love to share it in Abu Dhabi. And then I have also another project in my mind, which I would love to bring from UAE to Europe.
Okay.
It will be about the Emirati women. So I want to share in photos the life of Emirati women. So just to break the stereotyping and to share this is the life.
You're on the right show to talk about this.
Absolutely. This is the life. This is how the Emirati women are, and it's absolutely not what many European people think of. So that's kind of my plan, and of course I'm looking for Emirati women who would love to share their journey. So that's something that we can also create all together, because it's a kind of, let's say, social project for me. That's something I would love to do.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, I'm so just inspired by everything you've just told me. From solo travel is something that is so underrated, by the way. Like, you really get to know yourself a lot, and I can see how much that has helped you get different perspectives of the world. And like you said, it puts everything into perspective, that you realize that the problems that you find are challenging in the moment will not actually, be that big of a deal soon. Like, you will get over it and you will move on. But I truly love kind of what you're doing, the message you're spreading with mental health through your art. I think it's awesome. I definitely love the fact that you want to bring the UAE to Europe. I think that's something that we haven't seen a lot of, and I cannot wait to hopefully see that exhibition come to life. Is there any final message you want to leave for the listeners today?
Maybe I have two messages.
Okay.
One message, I know that there are lots of photographers in the UAE and plenty people coming here and also maybe starting the journey, and the message I have, or advice, let's say, that I have for them is just go in there. Keep it legal. Keep it legal.
Don't fly drones.
Yeah, don't fly drones. Don't go somewhere where it's forbidden. But there and just go and shoot and find yourself. Be patient. Find yourself and express yourself. Pass the message. Don't just go for the Instagram pictures. With our colorful and
filters and
everything. Just find yourself and pass the message, because that's what people are looking for. And for the women maybe who may be also listening to us today, I would say keep traveling. Go for a journey, but it will be the journey with yourself. Go for it.
Journey with yourself. I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Sara, for welcoming me. Thanks a lot. And keep in touch, and hopefully I will have some more interesting stories to tell in the future.
I cannot wait. We might do a part 2 episode.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank
you can follow Veronique on Instagram as well to keep track of her exhibitions, and travel. Explore yourself, travel. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.